taught us all like every wrestling hold, and taking bumps. I think we learned to take bumps first, and it's a boxing ring, and it's really stiff, and a lot of guys quit. So I think he did it that way to get guys to quit. We're like when Taz and I ran the WCW school, we taught the guys to wrestle, and they didn't even get to go in the ring until they learned how to chain wrestle. Which Kowalski did teach us that, but he didn't have a set format. He'd get in the ring and he'd wrestle around with you, and he'd remember something and go, "Oh, wait a minute, here, do it this way." And that's kind of how we learned,
Right. What was Triple H like at the time?
Kind of like he is now. I don't know. He's a big, strong kid, and just he got a very fortunate break, and got it. But he had a good look and stuff, and him and I worked out together a lot, Right before he got hired by WCW, him and I were going to go down to Memphis together, and try to tag team down there to split up the expenses and stuff, But he got a fortunate break, and it worked out good for him,
Did you think he was going to become as big as a star that he has become?
No, I don't think anybody could really tell that, And for his position in the business now too, because he's set out of the business too, it wrapped into McMahon family and stuff, He's all set. He's never going to have to worry about a job.
Did Triple H change at all from the time you knew him, from the time you met him again?
He's more over. So he's same to me,
Backstage, he was the same person.
Same to me, I don't know,
Did he have a lot of influence backstage when you first came in?
I think he did, but as time went on, it like multiplied by a lot, So, yeah, he was one of the guys that I think Vince trusted and listened to where now I think he's probably the main guy, So.
Right. Yeah, how you got into the business of pro wrestling?
When I was a little kid, I seen it on TV. I think I was like 5 years old, and I was just like amazed by it. And just ever since then, I wanted to do it, So when I got out of the Army, I wrote Bill Abner in he had like the wrestling magazine, I don't remember which one it was. And he replied back to me and told me to go to Killer Kowalski school, and that's what I did.
So you were a big fan growing up, basically?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, you were, I guess, from the Airborne Rangers, right?
Yeah.
Did you learn anything from the Airborne Rangers, which I guess you brought into the wrestling business at all?
I learned discipline and learned to achieve my goals. If I wouldn't have been taught that, I wouldn't have made it in wrestling. Because from the time I was at Kowalski school, there had to be 1,000 guys that didn't make it. So they just didn't persevere through it, and get the lucky break too. Luck has a lot to do with it. Because there's guys that were a lot more talented than me that didn't get jobs. They just didn't get the lucky break.
TitleMatchNetwork.com